girl, on the show today, I'm talking about the number one pitfall that so many that are trying to recover from disordered eating fall into. Sis, you are more than a conqueror, you are an overcomer, and it is time that you step into that belief and step into that truth for your life. And so I hope this show gets you all hyped up as we talk today about the reason why people get trapped for way too long. All right, friend, let's do this. Hey girl, welcome to the Her Best Self podcast. I'm Lindsay Nickel, former competitive figure skater and perfectionist, turned God-led imperfect boy mom and digital CEO. If you find yourself constantly thinking about food and wondering if you'll wake up one day free from the obsessive thoughts and behaviors controlling your life, then I've created this podcast for you because I know exactly what it's like to be a downright hot mess trapped in the destructive cycle of disordered eating. I finally found freedom, and you can too, girlfriend. So if you're ready to heal your relationship with food and body and break the chains of control and show up in your best health, then grab your favorite Tarjay journal and let's get to it so you can start living your best life as your best self. I'm getting right to the good stuff today, girl. The number one pitfall to avoid falling into when you are struggling with a disordered relationship with food and your body is not asking for help and support. For the longest time in my journey, I sat in denial. I sat in the fact that I didn't need help and no one could help me and I was fine because I was functioning. That is a lie from the enemy, and I'm here to call you out on it. The truth is, if you aren't okay asking for support, if you aren't okay asking for help with your struggle today, then your why isn't big enough and you truly aren't committed to your freedom. And I don't say that to go against the grain or to stir up some drama. I say that because I want you to know it is okay to ask for help. It's not enough to hope for a happy and a healthy future. It's going to take a new mindset for you. It's going to take new behaviors. It's going to take overcoming old behaviors and taking uncomfortable action every single day, little by little, that are going to get you to a place of freedom. You have to get in the habit of asking, does what I'm doing right now and the direction I'm headed right now, the choices I'm making right now, is that in support of the life that I'm trying to create? Because if it's not, I'm just creating the same old, same old. And I see this so regularly. In fact, there is so much danger in not seeking support for your struggle with this illness. So the Center for Discovery and Eating Disorder Treatment statistics show that 10% of individuals with an eating disorder will die in 10 years after diagnosis. 20% will die within 20 years of diagnosis. And that's not to freak you out. It's just to bring reality. The mortality rate associated with eating disorders is actually 12 times higher than the death rate of all causes in females. Without treatment, without support, 20%, sis, people die from this illness. But that statistic, hear me, I'm not sharing this with you to scare you. I'm sharing this with you to bring you inspiration, because that statistic with support goes from 20% down to 2%. 2% with support and with help. But 75% of people with an eating disorder, they don't seek help. And this is truly interesting to me because I actually fell into the 75% for a really long time when I was in denial. But the reality was, I started to realize I was digging my hole deeper and deeper. And there was this fire inside of me that was like, you know what? I'm not a statistic. I am not average. I am better than that. I am going to conquer it all. Watch me, even though it's the hardest thing I'm going to do. And I decided it's not going to be one day I'll get help. It's going to be, this is day one of me reaching out for it. Sis, maybe that's what you need to do today. I also want to share the common reasons why maybe you're not seeking help, just to let you know you're not alone. And the biggest factor is the stigma of the disorder. This is no light feat. This is no light topic. Maybe you feel ashamed. You feel fear of judgment from your family, from your friends, from professionals. This is real life. Maybe you don't feel sick enough. I went through that season where it was like, I'm functioning, I'm fine, I'm eating. Maybe it's not like everyone else around me, but hey, like I have willpower. I had all these thoughts. Maybe if you do seek help, you'll actually have to face reality. And that reality terrifies you. Not facing reality, it actually keeps you in this cycle of what you believe is control, but it's that illusion of control, that false sense of control. Maybe you aren't sure where to turn to actually receive help. Maybe you've tried in the past. You've reached out, you've relapsed, you've worked with professionals, you've had negative experiences with therapists or doctors. Or you have these overwhelming feelings of hopelessness, these feelings that have taken over your life. And so you actually believe the lie that the disorder wants you to believe, that you are too far gone. What you need, friend, is a reality check. What you need, friend, is a pep talk. What you need, friend, is me shouting into your ear today. You need a positive influence. I'm so honored that you're listening to my show. This is why I'm so glad that you're here, because I'm going to keep showing up and screaming into your ear that you are more than this. You deserve more than this. And your life has so much more left for you than this. Know right now that you can experience all of these reasons that I talked about for not reaching out for support, and you can still choose today to act and to stand up for your future best self by putting you first. What would she do? What would she do? If you're listening to the show, maybe you've been a listener for a while, but you struggle. You struggle day after day, and you're in the pit believing the lie that you're not worthy of it, that you can't ever change, that you're not sure what to do next. Girl, you're an overcomer. And I don't know about you, but that is hopeful. The reality is that you can start late. You can start over. You can recover differently. You can do it different than anyone else around you, and you can be uncertain, and you can be scared, and you can be afraid, and you can still succeed in finding freedom. You don't have to know all the answers, but you do have to choose, and you have to make a choice. And the biggest pitfall is avoiding help. The biggest pitfall is believing you're not worthy of it. The biggest pitfall is believing it's not for you. But what I want you to hear today, if you take nothing else away from today's show, is that you can either be chained by your excuses, or you can decide no freaking more. Like, I am done living in the past, living in a place that is no longer serving me. Reality, girl, is you either want freedom or you don't. It's that simple. How bad do you want it? You either want it or you don't. We're not going to argue for our limitations any longer. It's okay to ask for help. But the real is that if you aren't okay asking for it, then you aren't committed to freedom. Sis, today is the day for you to seek help. I want you to choose that. I want you to either reach out to myself. You can find me out at herbestself.co, or reach out to other areas of support. Find a great therapist in your area, a dietitian, somebody that's educated in eating disorders and understands the magnitude and the precious reality when it comes to supporting someone with this struggle. I want you to choose today to release fear, to release doubt, to release those feelings of lack, to release that past pain inside of you, that shame, that negative self-talk, those excuses that you're thinking about as you listen to the show, that worry, that comparison, that judgment of what other people are going to say about you, that fear of gaining weight, and that unforgiveness of those in your life and even of yourself. When you choose to release these things and you choose to raise your hand up and be like, you know what? This is not how it's going to end for me. Then you actually gain peace. You gain self-trust. You gain gratitude. You gain awareness and healing and clarity. That's when self-acceptance comes, and happiness, and a new perspective on life. And the best yet is purpose. Because there's no way you can live in purpose when you're drowned out by fear on the daily, when your mind is being hijacked. It's simply not enough to hope for happiness and healthiness and a future that's different than now. It's not gonna happen if you don't make it happen. So I want you to get in the habit of asking yourself, is what I'm doing right now in alignment with where I'm headed and where I want to be for my life? And if you realize that you're trying to do this all by yourself, that's like climbing Mount Everest alone. Who's going to catch you if you fall, if you slip, if you have to start over? Friend, I want you to know that you deserve a life of freedom. You really, really do. And I'm going to keep saying it. And you deserve not to be a statistic. You deserve to overcome. You deserve to bless other people with your story and your testimony. You deserve to be with your family and your friends and to not think about what you're going to eat next or if you're going to exercise later. You deserve it all. It's okay to ask for help. And today, if you need help, I want you to honor that about yourself. Like, do I need support? Am I feeling lost in this ocean and I'm drowning? Stop. Here's your lifeline. Here's your raft. I want you to experience what it's like to hold a hand of someone who's been there before and can pull you along. Yes, I truly believe in coaching. And the reality is that coaching is not going to save you, right? You have to save you. You have to honor your journey. You have to honor your relationship with you and trust that where you're headed is so much better than where you currently are and where you've been. But what I do believe is true is that once you decide that you are done being done with this, like you are over it, and you know you're no longer going to argue for those excuses, you're not going to be chained. You realize you want it bad. You want freedom so bad. You will go to the end of the earth to get it. That's when you know you're ready. And you don't have to be fully ready to experience freedom from an eating disorder, because I wasn't fully ready. I just showed up day after day and I allowed people to guide me. I allowed to trust on resources. I want you to know you're not alone. And that's the message for today. You are not alone. You are here for a reason. I hope this has given you so much inspiration because I want you to believe in your why. Why do you want freedom? Why are you worth more than this? Argue for you. Be your lawyer in your case against the disorder. I love you, girl. And you are more than sitting in this pitfall of not asking for help because you don't believe you deserve it, or you can't have it, or it's not for you, or you're not sick enough. None of that matters. All that matters is that you choose you today. I'm so glad you're here. Until next time, bye for now. Hey girl, come hang out with us in our private Facebook community. You can find us at herbestselfsociety.com. I want to meet you. I want to hang out with you over the summer. I want to hear what you're struggling with. I want to hear what is giving you hope. I want to hear what you want to hear on the podcast. All the things. I'd love to help support you. I'd love to connect with you. Find more at herbestself.co. Talk to you Tuesday. Oh, friend, thank you so much for letting me share what was on my heart today. My hope for this podcast is to help more women find freedom from food and body. If this has empowered or blessed you, let me know. I'd be honored for your rating and review of my show, and I'd love to connect with you in my private Facebook community. You really can move from perfection to purpose. Let's break the chains together. I'll help navigate the way. Until next time, bye for now, girl.